Hello, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Vegan Luna Podcast. This is episode number 12, and I am in a familiar place. I am in Saudi Arabia, and in this episode, I sit down with a very, very young vegan activist who is doing amazing things in Riyadh. He is so young that he is still in college, which is awesome. So he's just learning and opening his mind, and he also runs an Instagram channel called Vegan Youth, so check him out, vgn.youth, and you can see all the things that he's organizing and spreading awareness within Riyadh, so that's awesome. So what we talk about in this episode is really ethics. The most common thing we talk about is ethics and what the animals go through, what it's like to be on a dairy farm, what it's like to be on an egg farm. We go into some detail here, so please, if you haven't heard any of this information before and what animals go through to become food, I recommend you stick around, because if it's not good enough for your ears or your eyes, why is it good enough for your stomach? I'll leave you with that one to think about, so let's get it started. All right, hello and welcome to the Vegan Luna Podcast. I'm in a very special place, back again. Once again, I'm in Saudi Arabia, and I'm here with a super special person who has a huge heart for animals. He fights every single day for animals, and he is just an amazing young man. His name is Rakan. He is also known as Vegan Youth on Instagram. You may have seen him there. And he has an incredible story that he's going to share with us about his story with animals and how he believes that we should live with animals. He also creates a lot of special events in the Saudi Arabia area in Riyadh, which is really, really cool because this area is growing to be more health focused, to be more conscious, and I'm super excited for you guys to hear his story. So Rakan, go ahead and tell us.
Hi Luna, how are you? My name is Rakan. I'm 19 years old. I am a university student. So I'm vegan for 1 year ago, especially this day. Today I complete 1 year as a vegan.
Wow, that's amazing. 1 year today?
Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible.
Vegan are the best thing I have made ever in my life. If you ask me about my main reason, I will tell you the ethical reason. Because since I was a child, I used to love the animals. All the animals, cats, dogs, rabbits. But I eat them in the same time. You know, you love someone and eat someone else. So something was wrong. Yeah. But a year ago, I searched about the veganism and how they treat the animals and how they kill it for... It's not a food. I don't look to the animals as a food. They are friends. They are souls. So it's not even necessary to eat them. So why I should eat them more? So I cut all the meat, all the fish, all the chickens. I cut it out. So no more dishes in my stomach.
Yeah, for sure. So tell me a little bit more about Saudi Arabia and what it's like growing up here. What's the culture like when people think about eating animals? What do most people think?
At the first, in Saudi Arabia 2 years ago, there was nothing vegan, only the fruit and veggies. But now everything changed. There are a lot of restaurants, everything you can find in supermarkets, vegan milk, vegan food, everything you want. So when you go vegan Saudi Arabia, the people will ask you why, and they will talk about the religion and about the nutrition. You know, calcium deficient, protein deficient. You are still young. You looks not healthy. Where you will get your protein? You know, they always worry about that. But if they search and know everything, they know the vegan diet can give us the protein, calcium, everything we need. Everything clean, without disease, without illness, without anything.
Yeah.
Clean food.
Tell me about your childhood. What was it like growing up in Saudi Arabia, and what was some of your first memories that you had about eating food or eating
eating anything?
It was Eid al-Adha, same time like this.
So tell me what that is for those that are listening that might not know.
Okay, it was Eid al-Adha, and before the Eid, my family brought a sheep to kill it.
So real quick, Eid is a tradition, right, in the Arabic and Muslim culture, right?
Yeah.
So explain what Eid is, and how that might compare to someone maybe in the U.S. Like maybe it's like another holiday, like a holiday, right?
Yeah.
A celebration.
It's not a holiday. It's something in the religion, like for the Christian, like for something religion. Every year comes.
Yeah.
So they kill a sheep every year, eat it, and give it to the poor people.
And what's the reason? Why a sheep? Like, why do they kill the sheep? What's the reason for that?
There is a messenger, Ibrahim and Ismail. He thought he will kill his son, but the God gave him a sheep to kill it instead of his son. So every year Muslims do the same thing, kill a sheep for the same reason.
Yeah, okay.
So they brought the sheep, my family brought the sheep. So I looked at it's my friend, yay, I was happy, I was excited every day. Sorry. Every day I play with him, I feed him. So he was my friend. Yeah.
Do you think that this is normal behavior for children, or you were different? Did you feel any different? Or you felt like this was just my natural how I am?
No, love is the true natural, the true feeling. All children have the love, not the kill, not the death, not the blood. So it was my natural feeling. So no one told me about it. So it was my friend. I don't ever think it will be my food. But in the morning, if
so
eat,
when you saw the sheep, you weren't hungry. It
no,
didn't make you hungry.
No, I can't eat my friend.
Yeah,
I can't eat you. You are my friend. I can't eat you. Same. So the morning of the Eid, I woke up, and where's my friend? There is no sheep. So my uncles and father said to me, "Come, watch." I don't know what happened. So I just watched.
So all you knew was your friend was gone, he's missing, and you were expecting people to be concerned.
Yeah.
Right? Like, where's your friend? We need to find my friend.
Yeah.
He's missing.
I don't even think about it, or they will kill it. You
Yeah.
know. I saw the video, and it was horrible.
And how old were you?
Maybe 3 or 4 years my age.
Oh my gosh! And what happened on the video?
Yeah, they show us how they kill it, how they kill the sheep.
And what was your reaction?
I shouted and I cried, and where's my friend? Why did you kill it? Why you are doing that? I hated my father and uncles, as a children, feeling. It was a horrible day. Maybe 2 or 3 days, shouted and crying.
Wow. And how did they react? Were they concerned that you were upset, or how did they feel that you were upset?
Yeah, they tried to tell me why they are doing something like that, and it's for food and something like that. But I didn't agree with it. My feeling was told me I am right, they are wrong.
Yeah, for sure. Do you think that this is common for other kids in Muslim cultures? Do you think that they go through the same kind of trauma or experience?
Yeah, a lot of kids make something. So someone killed his sister because he went to the sheep place where we kill it, and he saw how they kill the sheep. So he went home and killed his sister.
Oh my gosh! So he saw the killing of the animal and thought it was okay to do to a human.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. Oh my gosh. So then so as you're growing up, so did you stop eating meat then, or what happened?
Actually not. I complete to eat meat, but I don't want to see how my food made. Just give me a steak, just give me a burger, but don't show me how they make it.
So a disconnect, right?
Yeah, disconnected.
Yeah.
Until a year ago, I asked myself, I have a cat. I love the cat. Okay, and I love chicken. I love cows. Love for all the animals. So how I love cat and eat the cow at the same time. So something was wrong. I searched about it and I went vegan.
So was there something that you saw, a certain video that you saw that piqued your interest or that made you change your mind?
Yeah, of course. Since I think about vegan, I searched about it. I followed a lot of Instagram accounts talked about the veganism from the ethical side, from the health side, from the environment side, from the all. I watched a lot of documentaries about the veganism, and it was enough to go for the first to go vegetarian.
Yeah.
Since I turned to vegetarian diet, I think it's the end. So no more change in my life. But something went more and more. Because it was okay to me to have dairy and eggs, so there is no harm to the animal. It's just a dairy, you are not killing it. But the truth was different.
So tell me about dairy. Like, a lot of people think that, you know what, I'm doing such a good job, I'm not eating any animals, I love animals, I love the cow, I love the chicken, I love the dogs, I don't harm them. But then you learn more about dairy. So tell me about dairy and why is that cruel? Why is that a cruel industry?
As they say, dairy is scary. Okay?
Yeah.
No, it's not. It contains harm. It's not as we think. A good farm. They give the cow good food. They're treated good the good way. No, it's a bad thing. They steal the baby cow from his mother and give him soy and this stuff to eat it. Why? Just me to drink milk and eat cheese? Why? I don't think. I'm not a baby cow. It's his milk, not my milk. My milk is done. I stopped taking milk from my mother since I was 2 years. So we don't have to complete drinking dairy,
Yeah, can you explain more about the process? Some people don't know, like, how milk is produced. Like, how does it happen? Why does a cow produce milk in the first place?
Every animals have milk for their babies. Human for the human. Cat milk for the cats. Cow's milk for the cows. Not all the people. So in this time, especially in this time, we don't have to drink milk ever, because it's not like the thousandth year. It contains hormones, contains a lot of things, it contains blood, contains horrible things. So it's the best thing you can do to yourself: cut the dairy. And I believe eating an animal is better than taking its dairy, because taking dairy is more harm for the animal.
Yeah, what I understand is the cows just don't produce milk naturally. They have to be pregnant to produce milk, right? So they need to be pregnant, and in order for them to get pregnant, they have to forcibly pregnate them. They force their fist up their butt, right? They take a metal injection and they inject it into the vagina, right? Which will inject the semen, making the mother cow pregnant, right? Then after she has the baby's taken away, as you said. If it's a girl cow, they'll take the girl cow, the baby girl, and she will face the same fate as her mother, right? And then if it's a boy cow, or if he is a boy cow, then the boy cow will be either sold for veal, which is baby cow meat, where they're locked up in a cage, or a crate where they can't move for like 6 to 8 weeks, and then they're killed, right? The baby boy's killed at 6 to 8 weeks, or they're killed right away because they're no use. They don't produce milk, so there's no need for them. And then the baby girl will grow up, right? And she will become pregnant, and then she will be forced to be milked 3 times a day on average. And 99% of dairy comes from factory farms. Some people think that there's the humane farm or the organic or the free range, right? Those are just labels to make the consumer feel comfortable, right? But the reality is 99% come from the factory farm.
Cruelty is a cruelty.
Yeah,
Is it
exactly.
organic, free range farm? Cruelty is a cruelty.
Yeah, they're
And
just to tell us that we feel okay. Oh, I feel okay purchasing that, right? But what does the cow feel, right?
I don't know, but think about it. Think you're in a small place, a dark place, and someone make that to you. What you're gonna feel? You're gonna be scary, and just it feels like us.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely. The worst sound on a dairy farm, the worst sound is the sound of a mother crying for her baby because her baby has been stolen away. And the reality is they don't understand. They don't know what's going on. You can't explain to them why they're going through this. You can't explain to them why they're going through this suffering. And what if we could? What if we could? We could somehow talk to them and explain to them why we're doing this. Please, you have to understand. We're talking to the mother cow. Please, mother cow, you have to understand. I really need to take your baby away because I really like the way your lactations taste in my coffee. Or I really need to take your baby away because when I take your milk and I force it and I turn it into cheese and I grate it onto my pizza, it tastes delicious. That's why I need to take your baby away, right? How could we explain that to them? We can't explain that to them, and even if we could, it would sound horrible, right?
There's a misunderstanding with people when we talk about dairy. Also, we talk about cheese, we talk about cream, ice cream, everything. So when we talk about dairy, it's everything. We talk about ice cream and all this stuff, you know. So some people say, okay, I don't drink dairy, but I eat pizza. Okay, it's same, you know. And at this time, there is a lot of plant-based milk. You can make it in home. You can buy it in supermarket. It's too easy and too healthy, without hormones, without anything. Contains protein, contains calcium, contains everything you need.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell me more about eggs. So sometimes people just say, yeah, what's wrong with eggs? You know, the chicken lays the egg. There's no problem with the egg. What's the problem with eggs? What's the big deal?
Problems with eggs, especially the egg factories. Eggs come from the factory. They put all the chickens in a small place, a dark place. So they don't know the time, you know. After that, they take it from. It's horrible.
Is what?
It's a horrible thing.
It's a horrible thing. Can you
Yeah.
describe? I know it's tough.
Yeah.
Can you describe it?
Almost not.
Almost not.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I understand is before the chickens that lay eggs, before they are even born, right? Or right when they're born, they have to decide like if they're male, which one's male, which one's female. So what they do is they have a process where they do what's called sexing, where they decide what the sex is of the actual chicken, right? So it's either a male or a female. Okay, so when they're first born on their first day of life, they decide if it's a boy chicken or a female chicken. Now, in the hatchery, and these are for egg-laying hens, the boys go down one conveyor belt because it's a factory, so they go down one lane. And then the girl chickens, the female chickens, the hens, are going to go down another lane. Okay, so what happens to the boys? First of all, the boys, they don't really need, or the boys cannot lay eggs. So they're useless to the egg industry. So there's no need for them. So what they do is they send them down a conveyor belt in most factory farms, and they send them down a belt and they go into what's called a macerator. And this macerator is, imagine a big blender, okay? And all the newly born chickens, they go in and they blend them up alive, okay, on their first day of life. All right, this happens to millions of chickens, okay, because they don't produce any eggs, and they're not a good quality for meat. So the best use of them is to dispose of them. That's one method. The second method is they put them in a trash can, they tie the bag, and they suffocate to death, right? The third option is they put them in a big kind of like oven, right? And they gas them. they put them in a gas chamber with CO2, so they kill them within minutes. Those are the 3 most common practices for egg-laying hens. Now, the females, what happens to the females is they go down the other conveyor belt. Right away, they burn off their beak. Imagine your nose. Imagine your nose being burned off as a baby, right? Half of your nose being burned off. They burn off their beak. The reason why, when they're in tight spaces, they like to peck at each other, okay? They can potentially peck each other to death, right? That's not good for business. If your chickens are dying or your hens are dying, they're not going to produce eggs, right? So they just cut off their beaks. A lot of the hens, because of this, it's so painful. Imagine your nose, how painful it is with your nose. There's a lot of nerve endings there, okay? The most amount of nerves on the chicken is in their beak, right? So then, the next thing that they do is, first of all, a lot of those chickens, they can't eat, and they die of starvation, right? Then they grow. Eventually, they're at the right age where they can start laying eggs. So then they start laying eggs. They're inside their cage. They are very, very tight. There's usually about nine chickens on average per cage in a very tiny cage, okay? And then about 2 years or so, a year and a half of this constant egg laying, they lay about 300 eggs per year. On average, in the wild, the original chicken, the fowl, it would lay about 12, 14, about the same as a female adult. Yeah. Okay, as far as the menstruation process and releasing their egg. So 300 is ridiculous. It's a crazy amount. It puts a lot of stress. It takes a lot of calcium from their bones because the eggshell has a lot of calcium. So their bones are so brittle and their bones often break. After about a year and a half of this abuse, they're loaded up onto a truck and they're killed for cheap chicken meat. In like chicken pot pies, like very cheap chicken, that's what the mother hens are used for. So actually, every single chicken in the egg industry ends up dying. They die if they're a boy, and they die if they're a girl. So either way, yeah.
By the way, it's not necessary to have egg in this time. Also, your protein or your nutrition, as I said, you can take it from the plants. So you don't need to eat the harm, the sadness. You don't have to.
Yeah. Is there anything else you could share with us, like maybe some other maybe things that are cruel that people don't know in the industry?
Yeah. There are 2 things. One is products are tested on animals. Like lots of products in the supermarkets are tested on animals. It's horrible things. No one like it. You have to avoid it because it's unhealthy for you. Products are tested on animals isn't healthy for you. They tested on rabbits, on small animals, and it's too cruelty. So you have to avoid all the products that tested on animals. Also, you have to avoid the leather. Yeah, leather is very bad thing you can buy.
Real quick on the animal testing, what kind of tests do they do on animals with some of the products? What are some examples of products that get tested on animals?
For example, the mascara, the makeup for women. They take it from they take the rabbit leather and take it out to test it on it. Mm-hmm. And there's an animal, I don't really remember its name, take his and made it from that.
Oh yeah, I see. What happens to the animals that get tested on? Do they, after they're done getting tested on, do they get to go back to their lives? Are they free to go, or what happens?
No, they keep it in the small cage to make the same thing a lot again and again until it die.
Wow, so the animals that get tested on, they end up dying?
Yes. Wow. They were ill. They were not healthy. Animals, everything bad.
Yeah. So, is there anywhere someone could find out if their animal, if the product has animal testing? Maybe they decide they want to avoid that, and there's a way that they can avoid that.
Yeah, of course. Also, in the same supermarkets, there are a lot of cruelty-free products. Just see in the behind of the product a bunny, a bunny logo. That means it's cruelty-free, not tested on animals. Or they write down of the product, such as Himalaya products. It's popular in Saudi Arabia and it's cheap. Everyone can buy it. It's all cruelty-free, so you don't need to buy others.
Yeah, okay. And then you were going to say leather. Where does leather come from?
Leather comes from an animal, something bad. They take it from for example, from the fox. They cut the leather like that to make a coat.
The fur. You mean the fur?
I mean the fur,
yeah,
sorry.
The fur, yeah.
Not only one fox, maybe 10, 12 fox to make a one coat.
Wow.
And after that, no, they don't leave it to go to the wildlife. No, they wait until the fur comes back and make the same thing.
And how do they typically take the fur from the animal?
Maybe cut it from the animal's body without same animals,
Yeah. And then leather comes from cows, right?
Yeah.
So how does that process usually work?
Same with the fur.
Same as the fur? So while the animal's alive?
Yes, alive, and they wake up and they feel all the pain.
And what are some options besides using leather?
Another options?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can use the fake leather, the fake fur is cheaper, and same of the real fur and leather. You can find it anywhere.
Yeah. Awesome. Is there anything else that you want to share with me about the animal testing or any animal cruelty?
Maybe the silk.
Silk. Okay, silk, where does silk come from?
Silk comes from an insect. So some vegans don't know silk is not allowed, so they have to avoid it because it comes from an animals. Also we have something popular called misk. Misk, it's a kind of fancy perfumes. It also comes from the animal.
I see.
The misk.
Wow.
Misk and amber. So they have also to avoid it.
So basically, if I understand that you always loved animals, you cared about animals, they were dear to your heart. When you were 3 or 4 years old, your friend died for apparently no reason that you couldn't understand, and you were so upset. And then many years later, you made the connection, right? You made the connection from your cat to other animals, and you said, I love my cat, I love cows, I love chicken, I don't want to harm them. You decided to go for ethical reasons, right? Which is very powerful. I mean, the meaning of veganism is to cause the least amount of harm as practically possible to animals, right? Including food, clothing, entertainment. So what benefits did you get? Did you receive any benefits health-wise?
First thing, I feel my soul is better. Always happy, always feeling good because I'm not harming any animals. My food is clean, my products clean, everything is amazing. Yes, my health now is better. I feel more energetic, a good skin. A good skin. Everything's fine. You can eat as you want, healthy vegan without gaining weight. I used to afraid from the fruits and the carbohydrates, and oh no, it's fine to eat a lot of protein. No, don't eat fruits because it contains a lot of carbs. Now I can eat a lot of carb, a lot of fruits, and not gaining weight and saving my health at the same time.
Yeah, I heard you lost a lot of weight. How much did you lose?
Yeah, around 40 kilograms.
40 kilograms. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
How much is that in pounds?
Maybe.
That's like almost 100 pounds, right?
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. That's a lot.
and the vegan diet helps me to to keep my new weight and never gain a weight.
Wow.
You know, some people when its diet is done, they come back to their diet last system,
weight.
yes,
Yeah.
and eat a lot and gain the weight again. But with
Yeah.
vegan diet, you can't. It's hard to gain a weight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
even you are eating much, you are
Yeah.
getting full. You are not in a hunger, but you are in a good weight.
Yeah. So I understand that you do a lot of activism, and you do a lot of things to help spread awareness in Saudi Arabia. Can you share some of your stories and what you do?
My first thing was with my friends, the Affinity Vegan. They met a vegan group to encourage people and educate them. About the veganism. So after that, I believe that I have to share the awareness. So I opened my account, the Vegan News, to help all the new vegans and non-vegans also, and educate them about the veganism and show us vegan products in the Saudi Arabia and vegan restaurants, vegan cafe. You know, I am their guide. Also, I make something very cool. It's my favorite. It's the vegan picnic.
Yeah.
You know, we make a monthly picnic and meeting new people and share the food and gain new friends. So vegan is not only your food. Vegan is your community, your products, your clothes, everything. Veganism isn't only food.
So tell me about the vegan picnic. What kind of things do you do? What kind of food do you have there? How does it work?
Yes, there's lots of fun in it. You know, vegan friends and also non-friends join it, and we talk to each other and educate the other why we are vegan. You know, look, this is vegan food, so we trading the vegan food and try the other dishes. You know. And after that, they think about it, you know, think about the veganism. Not only read about it or listen to someone talk. No, you have to see it. You have to taste it.
Yeah, so what kind of food do you guys bring there?
Oh, there's lots. Everything you want. Pizza, pasta, sandwiches, desserts, everything you think. Everything.
Wow. And how often do you do this?
Monthly, every
Once a
month.
month. Wow.
Yeah, once a month.
That's awesome. And how many people you typically go? About average?
Yeah, it depends. Maybe 20 person or more, sometimes less.
Yeah, that's awesome. So what else do you do? What other things do you do? So Instagram, very active and being the guide on all the things vegan inside Riyadh and the vegan picnic. What else do you do?
Also, I take the part in some events and we take some booth to educate the people about the vegan diet. So everyone comes and go. They ask us about the veganism. So we show them also the vegan books, such as How Not to Die book and the China Study book. So some people go and read it, and you know, it's amazing. With my friends, with Affinity Vegan, I say hi to them from here.
Yeah, for sure. We'll share their information.
Yeah, my friend's Nora Dosari.
Yeah.
She is the co-founder
Uh-huh.
of this group.
Wow, that's awesome. Is there anything that you think that people could do that maybe they're vegan now and maybe they really want to help more animals and they want to help spread the awareness? What are some easy things that they could do?
Okay, thank God, this day you can share awareness very easily. Just open your mobile and talk. Share posts, talk to your family, to your friends. You can share the awareness wherever you want. So always talk about it with your family, with your friends, and share it on Instagram. Talk with people with messages. So it's very easy now.
Do you think that it's growing here in Riyadh?
Yeah, very much.
Yeah. What's some progress you've seen?
The restaurants, there are a lot of restaurants opened in just 2 years. You know, 2 years was nothing. You go to a restaurant, there is no vegan options. But now everything changed. You go to a restaurant, you find a vegan burger, a vegan pizza, vegan chicken, everything you want. Also the cafe, they serving plant-based milk, almond milk, coconut milk, and cake. So everything you want, everything you need, you will find in a vegan.
Wow, that's awesome. So thank you so much for sharing. Is there anything else that you really want to say, you want to really important that you want to leave the audience with?
Just be kind to every kind.
I like that. Be kind to every kind. All right. Well, thank you so much. Where can people find you? If people want to find you, they really want to follow your story, they want to see what's happening in Saudi Arabia or Riyadh, where can they find you?
Yeah, for sure. Follow me on my Instagram account, Vegan Youth. I will say if we have an event and a picnic, you can find us. And sure, I want to meet new people. Come on.
Okay. Yeah. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
We'll be sharing this really soon. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm thankful for you, Kevin. I'm really, really happy for this, the first vegan podcast I have made. And really happy to meet you. You're a nice person.
It's a perfect 1-year anniversary.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
I ain't eating no beef, no pork, no fish, no chicken. Now people think I'm tripping cause I ain't eating no dairy, no eggs. But I stay well fed off the fruits and the veg cause I care about the animals and the environment. I care about my